taboo. Halloween is upon us once again, and here on the ESCalation channel, that means it is the time when we talk about brutal games and I dress up our fox mascot in a season-appropriate witch costume. In essence, we do the same as usual, just a bit more gay, which will result in some of you telling me it's cringe and the other ones typing ooh woo in the comment section. And I'm perfectly fine with both of those options. Last year's video was a game review and a review of the movie the game was based on, John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. It is my absolute favorite horror movie. Lots of mystery and no stupid jump scares. Today we are going to continue with the Thing topic, this time covering one of the Thing board games, which is indeed an unusual topic for this channel, but I think board games are just as valid games as video games, just a different medium, and just as fun, maybe a bit more sociable. If you don't know what the movie The Thing is all about, I invite you to watch last year's video before you continue with this one. Link is in the upper right corner or in the video description down below. And while you watch the video, I'll go and set up the game. Welcome back. The game is set up and we are ready to take a look at it. Just as a heads up, we are not going to get into every detail and precise rules of the game. We are going to talk about the feeling and the immersion the game gets across. I have played a few times and man, every match was a thrill. It's been a mystery every time. You can play this game with up to 8 people and you could theoretically add more, but that would shift the balance of the game in favor of the human team. This is the game board, the base, Outpost 31. It's a simplified version of the movie's counterpart. Each player selects a character, all based upon the characters from the movie, of course. The Thing, the board game, is a cooperative game in nature. All humans need to work together to manage the base's upkeep, devise an escape plan, and fight the alien. In this game, we find our group in a tricky situation. We are stuck in this Arctic base and we need to escape before we all die. This means either freezing to death or being killed by the alien, aka The Thing. We have 3 different ways to escape. Repair the communications room and call in a rescue helicopter, repair and fuel up the snowcat, and repair and fuel up the base's own helicopter. There are 2 factors working against the human players. Those are time, in terms of bad weather draining the fuel to heat the base, and then the alien, who is of course trying to infiltrate and kill the humans. So why don't we just kill the alien, one might say, but merely killing the alien doesn't win the game. You need to still escape before freezing to death. These are difficult win conditions, I know, but it's going to get even harder. The game is cooperative, yes, but the alien is no NPC. The Thing may be any one of you in the group. And if the alien escapes with you, so it stays hidden without being found out, you lose as well, because, well, then the alien would get out of the base and would infect the rest of humanity. In order to win, you need to work closely together, be vigilant, and establish who is human and who is one of the things. Every player has a status card, which declares whether you are human or alien. Keep this card secret. I'll tell you why later. The current status is placed facing down on the appropriate slot. Keep the other card hidden under the character chart. Players get 3 tokens, 2 showing human DNA and 1 showing the Thing. These little plates, the tokens, will become important when the secret alien player tries to take over and infect other players. Each player draws 3 action cards. These show either repair, action, or sabotage. You can look at these cards, but keep them hidden from the others. Before the game starts, one player is chosen by random and in secret. This player is to be the first alien, the first secret infected Thing. Keep your real status hidden. The alien masks itself as human, and when you are the alien, you draw the misfortune of being infected. Keep a poker face. Do not show this to anyone. Keep your real status a secret. The alien must mask itself as human at first. The only concrete indicator who you are is the status card you place under your character chart. This stays hidden up until it has to be revealed. We'll get to that. In the beginning, the alien is alone and is at a great disadvantage against all the humans, but with time, the balance may shift. The players begin in the recreation room. There they may discuss the course of action. They decide how to spend their manpower, cooking food, fueling up the power generator or heating system, repair the radio room, man the weather station, repair a transport vehicle, look for equipment like weapons, tools, or blood tests. There are many things to do, and there's always way more to do than you have people. Some tasks are just way more efficient to do in a team. For example, you only use up one use card if you move barrels of generator fuel in a team, moving 2 barrels for just one use card. But there is a trade-off. For being more efficient, you run the risk of getting infected, and I'll tell you how in a moment. Once you decided on who does what, you place your figurines in the corresponding rooms, and your action cards will be placed into a pile. The cards are being placed face down, so no one can see which kind of card you put on the pile. As a reminder, you have use, repair, and sabotage cards. Normally, a human player will seek to place a card corresponding to their duty, repair, or use, but the player who is secretly the alien may want to put a sabotage card in. To the pile of cards, an additional card from the stack is being placed to add an element of randomness. The cards are being mixed, and then the current leader player places them face down. Then the leading player draws the first card. In this case, an action card. Now you can do something like fuel up the electric generator or search for weapons. Then the next card is drawn, for example, an repair card, so you may choose to do some repairs. But if a sabotage card is drawn, well, then you need to choose one player who discovers that there has been sabotage and his action is null and void. The result of sabotage may be that fuel is being taken away, valuable items be destroyed, or food being stolen from the pantry. As I mentioned before, to raise the efficiency, people can choose to work together. But when people work together, they may run into dangerous situations. They don't know if the other player they are working with is the thing or not. For a human player, this is a big danger. For the alien player, this is a chance to infect another one and grow the alien team. Once all tasks have been completed, the players that met do the meeting. For this, they take 2 of their tokens and place them face down on the table. If you are a human, you of course place down 2 human tokens. But if you are an alien and want to infect the other player, you may place down a human token and an alien token. Then you each take a look under one of the tokens from the other player. If the token you picked shows a human, you are good. But if the marker you picked up shows the thing, then you have been infected, and from now on you play as an alien and play against the other humans. There's always a 50-50 chance of infection. Keep your poker face. Whether you are infected or not, after the encounter is done, each player who was part of the encounter picks up their status card, mixes them, and places them down in the correct spot again. Even if nothing changed for you, it's important you do this. I know it's little theater, but it is important. So no one is able to tell if you actually had to make a change. This way, the true identity of you, whether you are human or alien, is kept a secret. Similar encounters can happen when a dog breaks from the kennel, and they roam freely in the base. As you will remember from the movie, the first infection case came from a dog. Players who were part of an encounter rise up one step in the suspicion counter. We used to call it the sus-o-meter. After each round of activities, the players meet in the recreation room. Now it is time to swap items you may have found and throw around accusations of whom you may suspect to be the thing. Some players may give you weird feelings. There has been an unusual amount of sabotage, and you have a hunch that they did something unusual. Maybe this doesn't come up in the first 2 rounds, but maybe in the 4th or 5th. The player who has the most accusations against them will rise in the sus counter, and the player who is the most suspicious on the sus-o-meter, that player can be tested. The blood test, just like in the movie, may reveal who is human and who is not. Only in this instance, when they are tested, the player must reveal their status card to the group, whether they are human or the thing. If a player is revealed to be human, they go all the way down on the suspicion scale and are now very trustworthy. But if they are revealed to be the thing, they from now on play as the monster openly and must try to kill the others. With every human killed, the monster becomes stronger and harder to kill. It may even feast on the dogs to gain strength. So be sure to have stacked up on guns, dynamite and flamethrowers. It is at this point when the game switches into the second phase, and now it's not only upkeep of the base, now it's active combat, because the thing could lurk everywhere. Working alone is now extra dangerous, but you don't know, is there only one thing? Or is there yet another one hiding amongst the other players? Because by round 4 or 5 you may be dealing with multiple infested people. So make sure to find out who is human and who is not, and make your escape fast. Usually when you play you become very distrustful of the others, but over time teams form. Little groups of people who trust each other and know they are not it. A good friend and I stuck together. He with his shotgun and I with a flamethrower. We really did not trust his brother and his brother's friends across the table. One of them had to be the thing. They had been working together so often, they probably all had to be infected. And we were desperate. The heating was broken, so we slowly froze to death. We started setting rooms of the base on fire to heat it up, but thereby partially destroying the base. To make matters worse, the power failed too, meaning we could not look into the cards that we have in our own hands, so we had to place them face down. This is another little special rule. If the power is out, there's no light, you can't choose the card you're placing down. We almost froze to death while battling against the thing, but ultimately we got onto the helicopter. And if it was not for the one blood test we had left, we would have left my friend's brother behind in the base. He was still human, despite working together with infected players so often. He was really lucky, but man, we didn't trust him. We won, but our distrustfulness almost cost us the game. I hope you liked this little look into The Thing, the board game. I myself really enjoy it, and all the others who I played with them, they also absolutely loved it. Tell me in the comment section if you found this to be interesting, and if a board game review is something you would like to see more often on this channel. It was a little experiment for me. And the story of how I got this game is something that I'll share in the Patreon post, because that's also very special. A big thank you to Noah for the game. It was a big surprise to me. It's a great surprise. I had a lot of fun with this game. So from my side, a big recommendation. If you enjoyed the video, you know what I would like you to do. Give the video a like, consider subscribing for future content, and if you absolutely love what we did here, then maybe support us on Patreon, as our supporters there got to see this video before anyone else. Our wonderful supporters are Lone Wolf, Zat Gladys, Wrapped in Glass, Cookie, AX98, Theto, Rival556, Plasma, Tome, Rainbow Flash, Grizzlyvia, Strange Module, Cop Fighter, Inter, Charles Sird, Sir K, Ramgilama, Zane, Whiskey, Christoph, MTD, Leggy Boy, Daniel, Freylem, Crony XS, Grayling 2, and welcoming for the first time, TheOVO. To them and everyone else, thanks for watching. So, see you guys next time. Until then, have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.